Okay, so today's episode is going to be pretty different. It's going to be a YouTube story time from that one time I had terrible fucking sleep paralysis and I could not get back to sleep. Yeah, it was pretty traumatic. Yeah, and especially since I didn't know what sleep paralysis was till I had that dream. So I thought I legitimately couldn't move. So without any further ado, let's get into my weird fucking sleep paralysis thing. So, when I had sleep paralysis, I was either 9 or 10. Like around the time where the killer clown thing was at its biggest, yeah? So, I was pretty anxious about the killer clown stuff constantly, and you know, when there were like YouTube channels making money off it, pretending, ooh, we found some killer clowns, and yeah. That's what happened. This totally happened. We're not lying. We wouldn't lie to you. This is a YouTube video made by a bunch of fakers. We're not lying. Made by a bunch of cringy individuals. So yeah, that was at its biggest. Actual people who are just being assholes going around scaring people or killing people. Either or. Yeah. And my 9 or 10-year-old brain could not think of the possibility that maybe people were just doing this for clout. Maybe there's not actual killer clowns dressed as clowns going around. So I would have nightmares constantly about it. But this isn't about nightmares, this is about sleep paralysis. This one night, my brain was awake. I couldn't get to sleep. Eventually I did, but since sleep paralysis is when your brain is up and your body's asleep, it didn't go too well. So, the reason I couldn't sleep was because I had a bunch of sweets. This will come up later. So, anyway, when I did eventually get to sleep, yeah, I woke up almost immediately, but I couldn't move. And I was like, okay, this is fucking weird. Right, obviously I didn't think fucking, I knew what swears were, but I wasn't to the point where I use them too much. I was really confused, and I was kind of chill, just a bit confused, and that was it. Until my door creaked open very slowly, very, very slowly. And then, this was back when my bed was facing the door of my room. It doesn't anymore. But I'm kind of thankful it did face my door, because if it didn't, it would probably end up being much closer. And I already couldn't handle it just being at the door. So anyway, it was a clown, yeah? Like I just said, it was when killer clowns were at their biggest. And I got fucking spooked. It had a knapsack, basically. Just kidnapped. Yeah. And it was slowly, ever so slowly, opening its bag. And I was so scared, like, he's gonna take me away, he's gonna take me away. I could move my mouth, that was the only thing I could move then. And I was terrified. Like, no, it wasn't like normal sleep paralysis where you can't move anything and you're just screaming in your head. My mouth was open, but it wasn't making any noise. I started crying, but no tears were coming out of my eyes. It was the most horrifying experience I've ever had while asleep. Except for that one time I was in prison and got raped. But that is besides the point. My little brain could not handle the thought process of, maybe this isn't actually happening. I was freaking out. He got closer. His bag got closer to being open. I was literally crying, but no tears were coming out of my eyes. It was terrifying. He got closer. He almost got by my bedside, and the bag was completely open now, and I saw ears inside the bag. Little kids' ears. And it was a clown walking closer to me. Pulled out a pocket knife. I was completely terrified. And I woke up. And I was just thinking, is this little spawn of the devil, Satan, and clown little thing actually here. Just, ooh, chills. Chills. So anyway, I had been sick in my bed because of me having way too many sweets before I went to sleep, which is also coincidentally why I had the sleep paralysis in the first place, because my brain was awake from the sweets and my body was asleep from exhaustion. Yeah, so my sick thought, how about I get 2 birds with 1 stone, which is this puke, wake me up from the sleep paralysis thing, and also get rid of any, like, bacteria that could be in my belly. But fuck you though, sick, you just made it worse, idiot. So anyway, what the sick did was just make my bed stink, basically. There was sick on my bed, I was trying to get back to sleep because I was too scared to get up and go get my bed cleaned, yeah. So I was just sleeping in, like, wet sick, soaking into my bed. Why didn't I have the mental capacity to just go get some help? I ended up not being able to fall back to sleep, still being scared. It was annoying, having my bed like that. Yeah. Eventually, when my brother, I can't remember these details exactly, I think he said something about the smell, and then it made me wake up and be, like, properly wake up and be like, you know, I'm going to go get my parents instead of just sleeping in sick, basically. That was my thought process. And I kind of had to do that because sick. So when I got them, I didn't mention the sleep paralysis thing. I was just like, can you clean my bed? Because I was terrified and I didn't even believe it myself. I didn't even want to. So, I was up sleeping in their room for a bit. And over time, my bed was clean. I went back to there and I went to sleep. Woke up next day like it never happened. Still traumatized though, to this day. Never had sleep paralysis again. Thank God. Thank him. He saved me. Because if I were to have it now, it would probably be by my bedside, the sleep paralysis demon. And you know, no, fuck that, I'm out.